Konnichiwa my dudes, my name is Jaku Jonesu and welcome to my channel. Most people who have watched videos on my channel before or seen all the fan art I retweet on my Twitter could probably deduce that I am absolutely obsessed with Chainsaw Man. It is my favorite manga series of all time. And needless to say, the anime trailer that Studio Mappa dropped a few weeks ago was basically my Passion of the Christ. But the one thing that kind of bummed me out just a little bit is that we didn't get to hear any of the voices and they didn't let us know who any of the voice acting cast was going to be. So I thought I would take it upon myself to cast the official Chainsaw Man voice actor lineup. Eventually, when the actual official voice acting cast is released, I'll do another video comparing my predictions to what the outcome actually is. I'm certain I'm going to be probably 10 miles off for each character, but if I get at least one cast member right, I'll consider that a personal victory. My criteria for picking the voice actor is just someone who I think would do the character justice, or someone who has done a similar type of character in the past before. Along with the voice actors who I think will do a good job, I'll also put a clip of them doing one of their characters afterwards, just so you could put a voice behind the name that I give you. So yeah, let's get into it. When fan casting an anime, we might as well start with the main character of the series, Denji, because I have quite a few voice actors on my list that I feel like would do Denji a really good job or do Denji justice. He's actually a pretty tricky character because depending on how you read him, you know, you imagine his voice in many different ways. So for my first voice actor pick for Denji, I think Shun Horie would do a really good job. If you don't know Shun Horie, he is known for voicing Kazuya from Rent-a-Girlfriend. And I feel like some of his more spirited and upbeat performances of Kazuya, like his shouted lines and how he gets super flustered, I feel like if he took that energy and redirected it into Denji's horniness, it would be a pretty brilliant spectacle in that of itself. Another voice actor who I think would do Denji justice, and I feel like this is going to be a super out of left field take, and not a lot of people are going to agree with me at first, but I think that Hiroshi Kamiya would actually do a pretty decent job at playing Denji. If you don't know Hiroshi Kamiya, he is known for playing Captain Levi from Attack on Titan, and also Koyomi Araragi from the Monogatari series. So yeah, when you think of Captain Levi, which I'm certain most of you are familiar with, you'd think, absolutely fucking not, he would do a terrible job as Denji. But if any of you are fans of the Monogatari series, you can hear him talking maybe less intensely and low and monotone, and you hear him talking more dynamic, and you hear him playing a teenage boy character, and a very horny one at that. So I think just from character similarities and just the dynamic range of Hiroshi Kamiya, I feel like that would be quite a good voice acting pick for Denji. I feel like whenever anyone talks about Denji and Denji's potential voice actors, everyone always thinks Nobuhiko Okamoto as their #1 pick, and Nobuhiko is known for playing Bakugo from My Hero Academia. And yeah, I think they look kind of similar, and Nobuhiko Okamoto has some pretty decent range. Obviously, he's a very talented voice actor, but I personally don't find him to be the best fit. I don't know, I just don't think he's Denji. Denji's more of like the funny, horny type. Nobuhiko is really good at doing the angry and shouty types, obviously, because he plays Bakugo and he plays the guy from that one anime where he's all tied up, he's all wrapped up like a mummy, and he's, I don't remember which anime it is. I only saw like the first 2 episodes because a friend showed it to me, but I was like, that's Bakugo! I'm certain it'd be cool to have him in the running, but I'm just not convinced yet. But I do think that there's one voice actor from the My Hero Academia series that would do Denji some justice. I think Toshiki Masuda would be a much better pick for Denji. He plays Red Riot, or Kirishima, Eijiro Kirishima from My Hero Academia, and whenever I think of Denji, I think of him having that kind of voice. I feel like Masuda's energy and the type of sound he brings to his voice acting, I feel would be really cool as Denji, and I feel like it would work in a really just natural way. When I think of Denji's voice, it kind of comes out as Kirishima's voice, or even maybe Denki Kaminari from My Hero Academia as well. Maybe a combination of the two of them, because they're both the kind of like absent-minded, funny comedic relief characters. So I actually tweeted about this a while ago because as soon as I heard there was going to be a Chainsaw Man anime, I was thinking about who I'd want to voice one of my favorite characters, Aki Hayakawa. And there are a few that came to mind. The first one was honestly, the first voice actor that jumped into my mind was Yuki Kaji. He's known for playing Eren Yeager from Attack on Titan, Todoroki Shoto from My Hero Academia, Sabito from Demon Slayer, Koichi from JoJo's, Nishikata from Takagi-san. He has a lot of range. He's known for doing a lot of different characters. I personally love Yuki Kaji. He's one of my favorite voice actors of all time for the intensity and energy he brings to roles, and because of his just sheer range. So yeah, you think you hear like you hear Eren Yeager and some of his shouty lines, and you think, I don't know if Aki Hayakawa is that much of a shouty character, which, I mean, he does have his loud moments, but I feel like Yuki Kaji's low monotone intensity, maybe as Shoto Todoroki, is a very, very good fit. Or also as Sabito from Demon Slayer. I think it's a very, very good fit, and I could hear that coming out of Aki Hayakawa's mouth. Another voice actor that I think would do an amazing job is Takahiro Sakurai. If you don't know Takahiro Sakurai, he is well known for playing Giyu Tomioka from Demon Slayer and also the medicine seller from Mononoke. And I know absolutely fucking no one watched Mononoke except for me, which actually I hope maybe I'm not generalizing because I love Mononoke, but I don't know if anyone else is a big fan of it. I don't see anyone ever talking about it online. It's like a ye old Japanese style like spirit horror anime, and it's in a really like old traditional style. It looks super cool, so please check it out. Yeah, if you haven't watched Mononoke yet, it's pretty fucking sick. 申し訳ありません。どうやらそいつが強畜党のようです。So I know most people are probably anxious to see who is going to be voicing Power, because Power is pretty much everyone's favorite character. And to voice a character so intense and awesome as Power, you're gonna need a really, really good voice actor. And I think a really good first pick for her would be Rie Takahashi. Rie Takahashi is known for playing Megumin from Konosuba and Emilia from Re:Zero, but I feel like Rie Takahashi's intensity and just absolute like lunacy as Megumin from Konosuba would translate very, very well to Power from Chainsaw Man. I feel like maybe if she were to do this role, she would have to lower her voice just a little bit, because I feel like Power has just a slightly deeper voice than Megumin, because I know Rie Takahashi's voice is supposed to sound a lot more like childlike as Megumin, because Megumin is a child. I know Power's pretty young too, but I don't know. I feel like maybe Megumin's performance just pitched down like a semitone or two lower, and I feel like that would be the perfect Power. And also because Rie Takahashi's performance as Megumin, where she's like, Waga Noa Megumin, then Waga Noa Megumin is what she says, and that's like a really old, kind of cringy, archaic way to say your name. And Power is also like that. Power says Washi no, I think Washi no na wa Pawada, or something like that, and that's like also a really old, cringy, archaic way. I don't mean to say cringy, because I know some people actually still use Washi. You won't hear Waga, but Washi I know is usually used by older people, so it's kind of funny. Like it's a weird way to refer to yourself as a young girl. So I feel like Rie Takahashi is perfect for the role. Another voice actor who I feel like could do Power justice would be Sayuri Hara. If you don't know her, she's well known for doing Chiaki Ogaki from the Yudu Camp series. I feel like Chiaki's funny way of talking and her like kind of grand delivery of how she speaks would fit really, really well as Power as well. I'll play a clip of Sayuri Hara's performance of Chiaki right now so you can kind of hear what I mean and know where I'm coming from. So I feel like Makima is gonna be on the harder end to cast. Just because she's such a mysterious character, I have a hard time myself picturing how she's gonna talk in the anime. If I really had to narrow it down, I feel like a good option would be Saito Chiwa, who is best known for her role playing Senjo Gahara from the Monogatari series. I feel like for Makima, you're gonna kind of need to have a bit more of a chilled out, more maybe monotone way of speaking, because I don't think Makima ever really gets flustered or anything like that. I don't think she ever has any grand shouting moments. I feel like just a character who has more of a low, smooth, and serious voice will do the role a lot better, and I think I love her role playing Senjo Gahara. You know, I feel like she's that kind of character as well, kind of like the smug waifu type.
イエーイ。上がって上がってこよこよ。チョコはまだまだあるのよ。
Once again, as soon as I heard that there was going to be a Chainsaw Man anime, I knew for a fact that I was just desperate to find out who was going to voice Himeno, because I have my thoughts as to who would do a really good job. The first voice actor that actually popped into my mind was Ami Koshimizu, who is most well known for her role as Ryoko Matoi from Kill la Kill, Hollow from Spice and Wolf, and the Spider Demon waifu from Demon Slayer. I feel like whenever I think of Himeno's voice, it has a little bit of grit like Ryuko Matoi, but also kind of has that smooth sexiness of Hollow from Spice and Wolf, just because Himeno herself is a sexy character. I also just love Ami Koshimizu's performance as Ryuko Matoi from Kill la Kill. Kill la Kill is a very special anime to me. It was really what got me back into anime when I was like a junior, senior in high school, so that holds a special place in my heart, and I'd love to see her do more and more voice acting roles with more popular series like that.
あ、部長はこいつが満貫色マコがやるって。
So it actually took me a while to think who would best play Kishibe in a Chainsaw Man anime adaptation, but I feel like I have two really good picks that I think would do an amazing job as him. First of them being Junichi Sawabe, who is best known for playing Eraserhead from My Hero Academia. I mean, come on, if you've seen My Hero Academia before, they're like the same character, sort of. Kishibe is more like an alcoholic, hands-off teacher, or maybe hands-on when it comes to stabbing his students. And Aizawa is also, he's got that monotone, like, oh man, I don't want to be here kind of vibe. I feel like it's the perfect fit.
連合を入れるためか死者が出るほどの争いを行ったと聞き可能性を排除していた
Another possibility I feel like would be Daisuke Onno, who is most well known for playing Commander Erwin from Attack on Titan and Jotaro from the JoJo series. This one I feel a little less certain about, but I think his low-pitched voice and his kind of booming delivery of lines could also fit really well for Kishibe, and you know, that could be interesting too, so let me know what you guys think on that one.
どうした物理とつくんじゃねえのかこんな風に
The character that I personally wanted to put the most effort into finding voice actors for, who I think really needs to be knocked out of the park for, is Kobi Higashiyama. We need someone who can do like her jumpy screeches and ha ha, or like her Anno kind of thing. So we really need a voice actor who can fit the role, you know? And I think if they really want to go all out, if they want to go full force, they should hire Hinokina for the role. Hinokina is best known for her role doing Honda Hanako in Asabi Asabase, which is one of my favorite fucking anime of all time. It is the funniest anime I've ever seen in my entire life, and Hinokina is such a talented voice actor, and that was one of her first big roles. I don't think she's done any like really big roles aside from that. That was one of her debut shows in a major role, and she absolutely killed it. All of her screeches and funny voices, it was just absolutely amazing. I feel like she has the perfect reactions to be Kobi, and I honestly, just because she's such an underappreciated and not a well-known actress, I feel like just seeing her in a more major role would be amazing, because I think she needs way more exposure than she already has. And going along the same line of thought with the reactions and anime girl noises, I feel like Tomoyo Kurosawa would also be another amazing pick. If you don't know her, she's well known for playing Kumiko in Hibike Euphonium. I mean, come on, like, we've all watched the Kumiko noise compilations, so we know that she's capable of doing the noises, and I feel like that's what Kobi is best known for, is her reactions to things and just being a coward in general. Also, she's best girl, and that's a hill I'm willing to die on. So for Katana Man, that's another one of those characters where I look at him and I feel like I can hear his voice just based on his design alone. And I thought another good candidate would be Daisuke Onno. I know I talked about Daisuke Onno before as Kishibe, but I feel like he would do better as Katana Man than Kishibe. Like I said, he's best known for voicing Commander Erwin and Jotaro. And I feel like with Daisuke Onno's intensity and shouty lines, I feel like that would be really good for Katana Man, because Katana Man's really well known for, you know, not yelling, but like he has his moments where he's like yelling at Denji, he's like, fuck you, you killed my grandfather, and whatnot. So, I don't know, I kind of just hear Daisuke Onno's voice whenever I'm reading any panel with Katana Man in it.
兵士を怒れ兵士を叫べ兵士を戦え
Another good voice actor for Katana Man, I think, would be Tomokazu Sugita. If you don't know Sugita, he's best known for doing Sakata Gintoki from Gintama and Joseph Joestar from the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure series. Young Joseph, not old Joseph. And for this one, my main reasoning for that is I'm just imagining the scenes where, you know, Aki and Denji are taking turns kicking him in the nuts and he's like screaming in pain. Whenever I see that, I always think of the Shiza! Scene from JoJo's Bizarre Adventures Part 2. So that's where my thoughts on that come from. I also would just love to see him in more roles because he's such a good voice actor. I love him in Gintama. So I had a really hard time picking out a voice actor for Akane. It's mostly just because she's another one of those mysterious characters. So I thought maybe Asami Sato would be a good choice for her voice actor. She's most known for doing Mai Sakurajima in the Bunny Girl Senpai series and Nobara Kugisaki in the Jujutsu Kaisen series. Since this one was just so hard for me to pick, I basically just picked up my Chainsaw Man manga and I looked at all the panels with Akane in them, and I was just thinking, what voice comes out when I listen to this? And I could kind of hear Nobara Kugisaki coming out. Maybe a less intense Nobara Kugisaki, but I think Akane kind of has that kind of voice. So that's why I picked that.
Panda senpai, 私の学ラン知らない？
見てないな
どこ行っちゃったのかな？おい、スカートもねえんだぞ。
When it came to Hirofumi Yoshida, I only had one voice actor come to mind. Just because, you know, he's kind of got a little bit more of a soft vibe. He's kind of a soft boy. You know, he's cute, he's deadly, but I feel like when he talks, he speaks sweetly and softly into your ear to put you to sleep. He doesn't have any sleeping powers, but I feel like he's a sweet boy, you know? I like how he kind of brings a sweetness to his seriousness. That's at least how I read his lines. So who is best known for being sweet yet strong? And I think the right voice actor for that is Natsuki Hanae. Hanae is best known for doing Ken Kaneki in the Tokyo Ghoul series, Falco from Attack on Titan, and of course, Kamado Tanjiro from Demon Slayer. Natsuki Hanae has a lot of range. He can do a lot of different types of characters, not just, you know, the Tanjiro Kamado type, because I don't think he should be using Tanjiro or Falco's voice for Yoshida. I feel like he should best use more like his Ken Kaneki voice, kind of his sweet and kind of soothing, kind of like his shy soy boy voice, honestly. Even though I know that Yoshida isn't a shy soy boy, but like I feel like it's that kind of voice that's needed to play the character. And if you don't believe me, I'll play a clip right now just so you can kind of hear it and get what I mean. So for Quan Chi, that's probably one of the hardest ones to cast for me, just because like Akane and like Makima, she is the very mysterious type. And I had to look at the manga again, I had to read through again. I've reread Chainsaw Man probably 7 or 8 times now, just because I've been in love with it for probably 2 years now. It wasn't coming to me until I thought she reminded me a little bit of one character from one anime. Kind of obscure, but I think she reminds me a lot of Ozen from Made in Abyss. So I thought, for that reason, Ohara Sayaka, who plays Ozen in Made in Abyss, would be the right choice for Quan Chi. She kind of has that more low, monotone, kind of bad bitch voice, and obviously Quan Chi is best known for being a bad bitch who walks around with her 4 sexy fiend ladies and has orgies with them. I can't imagine that being any other anime character I've ever seen before, but I think Ozen might be good for the role. If you know anyone that you think would be a good job for Quan Chi, maybe if I didn't think of anything, or maybe if, you know, something slipped my mind, maybe you guys have a better idea for that, so help me out with that one. Who do you think should play Quan Chi in the Chainsaw Man anime adaptation? So for Reza, I have 2 voice actors that I think could do a really good job, and it really just depends on the situation and depends on how you read her voice. I think Saori Hayami, who is best known for playing Kocho Shinobu in Demon Slayer, would be a pretty decent pick. I feel like the moments after it's revealed that Reza has maybe a little more dubious intentions, I think Kocho Shinobu's kind of moshi-moshi voice would do really, really well as Reze, especially the moment after she bites off Denji's tongue. I feel like just the way she talks, and it sounds like it's supposed to be like sweet and soft. And also, especially the moment after she's chasing Denji and Beam, and she goes to the, I think it's the Division 1 Devil Hunter headquarters, and she's like, somebody help me, and like sarcastically, somebody help me, I'm being chased by a devil or something. And I feel like she's doing that in that kind of voice, that kind of sweet, but like kind of dangerous sounding voice, kind of like Kocho Shinobu.
もしもし大丈夫ですか
And I know I said this before with Power, but I think another great voice actor for Reze would be Rie Takahashi, who, as I said before, is best known for playing Amelia, Megumin, and also Takagi-san from Skilled Teaser, Takagi-san, or Master Teaser, Takagi-san, whatever you want to call it. And I think especially her performance as Takagi-san would be absolutely amazing for Reze. It's kind of like low-key, it's a voice you could fall in love with, I think. Because you hear Takagi-san's soft, sweet voice, you're like, damn, that's so cute. And I feel like part of Reze's charm is that she's like absolutely adorable, but dangerous. So Rie Takahashi, I think she would also be an S-tier pick for Reze. I don't think Fox Devil is really all that much of an important character to warrant their own section, but I did have one idea pop into my head when I thought about who could voice the Fox Devil, and I feel like Akihito Miwa would be the perfect choice. Obviously, Akihito Miwa is over 80 years old now, I think, so they're probably not going to be doing any voice acting roles right now, but they're best known for playing Moro in the original version of Princess Mononoke, so that kind of older sounding, grumbly voice. I feel like that would be perfect for the Fox Devil. And also Moro is a similar type of character. Moro is a giant wolf, the Fox Devil is a giant fox head. Whenever I read the panels with the Fox Devil talking, I can just hear it as Akihito Miwa. So the Angel Devil is an interesting case because I feel like any character that's kind of monotone, like nah, like just kind of like I'm bored. You know, the kind of like Shikamaru Mendokuse character. You know, like this is a drag, I don't want to be here. And I feel like the best option in this case would be Ryota Suzuki, who is best known for playing Yu Ishigami in the Kaguya-sama Love is War series. I feel like the performance would have to be a little more high-pitched than Ishigami, because obviously Ishigami is like the low-pitched I want to die character. Also same Ishigami, same. But I feel like Ryota Suzuki's performance would be really, really good as the Angel Devil. Beam's another interesting one. I can kind of hear Beam's voice in my head, but I can't really spit it out. I don't know who would play Beam. The closest I can think of is whoever played Gulliver in the 2006 Animal Crossing movie. That is the closest I can get to figuring out who would play Beam. So for the Violence Fiend Galgali, I think Tomikazu Sugita, who I said before he plays Joseph Joestar, young Joseph Joestar, and Gintoki from Gintama, I feel like he would be the perfect fit for the role as well for the Violence Fiend. Just because whenever I read the Violence Fiend's lines, he's a funny guy. Like, I love the scene when he like attacks Reza and it doesn't work and he runs away. He used the ancient Joestar technique of running away. It's literally the same character, right? Like, I'm not crazy, am I? So yeah, I think that is the perfect role. So for the Future Devil, that's another one of those things where like I read his lines and I read his like the panels with him in it, and I heard his voice. I knew exactly who he was. I think the best voice actor to play the Future Devil would be Hiroyuki Yoshino, who is best known for being Present Mike in the My Hero Academia series. I mean, you can just kind of hear it, right? Like Present Mike's way of like, yeah! And you know how the Future Devil's like, the future rules! Or something like, Mirai wa saiko da na! And it's just like, yeah, that's the kind... Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's the kind of voice that I feel like the Future Devil needs, right? Like, I'm not crazy for that one either, right? I don't know, I feel like for the Future Devil and for the Violence Fiend, you're gonna have really funny voice actors for that, like, just funny voices, right? So, yeah, that's the not-so-official casting for Studio Mappa's adaptation of Chainsaw Man. Let me know if you disagree or agree with any of my choices in the comments below and who you think you would fan cast as some of the characters in Chainsaw Man. That said, my list is 100% foolproof, and Studio Mappa is going to prove me right in the upcoming months. That's about all I have to say today. Keep an eye out for more Chainsaw Man videos coming in the future because I have a ton of them planned. I'm absolutely obsessed with this series, and now that the anime trailer dropped, of course, my hype has been renewed tenfold. Watch my other Chainsaw Man video. I'm gonna have that in a link in the description below. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram for more updates. Those links are gonna be down in the description below as well. And on that note, I will see you guys next time.